Hello! Welcome to this training course about how to use art-based activities to support the learning and social inclusion efforts of young people with multiple barriers. Wow, so many big words. If one puts it this way, this course looks actually pretty frightening. Let's break it down a little, shall we? First of all, let me introduce us. I am Cleo, an AI-generated character that will guide you throughout this course. My name comes from that of one of the muses, and just like her, my role is to guide you while you discover the power of art. This course was created by Artetica. Artetica is a social enterprise that uses art and, more specifically, the art of recycling, reusing, and repurposing to support people who experience multiple obstacles to develop a sense of self, while also playing their part to fight against environmental exploitation. During this course, we will try and answer some basic questions and to build some understanding of how to use art for you to be able to create more engagement among the young people you work with. What we will find out is 1. What is social engagement? 2. Why do we use art? 3. In learning processes, what are the barriers that may affect people's growth? We will see how to use art-based activities to develop a person-centered approach when we work with young people with obstacles. What does it mean? Well, hopefully it means that by the end of this course, you will have understood what you can do in your day-to-day activities to ensure that everyone participates and reaches the aim of the activity you are implementing. Also, it means that you will be able, or at least I hope, if the person who's writing this script does a good job, to transfer what you learn and apply it to different contexts, aka while working with young people with different disabilities, and not just the ones mentioned here, or while working with different age groups, not just young people. Overall, we hope to give you ideas of things that you can do in an educational environment to ensure that every person that attends your course is able to mold the learning process on their own needs. We'll give you ideas that you can put in place to have a person-centered approach, even if you're understaffed and your class comprises of 25 people. Every module will last approximately 20 minutes, so it shouldn't be too boring or difficult to follow. By the end of each module, you will find resources that you'll be able to use freely. Also, we will assign you some tasks so that you get to do some practice. Theory is boring, let's be honest. We don't want you to sit in front of a screen and maybe do your nails while you pretend to follow. Right. I should stop blabbering. Just for your information, if I blabber, it's not my fault, but it's because the person who's writing this script can't shut up. Don't blame it on me. Well, good luck then. I hope you enjoy this course and you learn something that can help you in your professional development. Welcome to Module 1, Art to Facilitate the Learning Process. Art is a universal language that can bridge gaps and foster connections. It's not just about creating beautiful visuals, it's about engaging our minds and stimulating our imagination. Art transcends cultural and language barriers. It allows students from diverse backgrounds to communicate and express themselves, no matter their fluency in spoken language. Art encourages active participation. When students create art, they are fully engaged, promoting better focus and concentration. Art promotes critical thinking. Through art making, students learn to analyze, interpret, and make decisions, which are valuable skills in all areas of life. Art comes in various forms, from painting and sculpture to music and dance. This diversity allows educators to cater to different learning styles and preferences. Art and science go hand in hand. Through art, students can visualize complex scientific concepts, making them more accessible and memorable. History comes alive through art. Students can connect with historical events and cultures by studying the art of the time, fostering a deeper understanding of the past. Art provides a safe space for emotional expression. It allows students to process their feelings and experiences, promoting mental and emotional well-being. Art encourages problem-solving. When faced with creative challenges, students learn to think outside the box, developing valuable problem-solving skills. Art and technology are a powerful combination. Integrating digital tools into art education opens up new possibilities for creativity and innovation. In conclusion, art is not just a subject. It's a powerful tool that can facilitate learning across various disciplines. By harnessing the creative potential of art, educators can inspire their students to explore, discover, and grow. Art is a powerful tool for facilitating self-expression, allowing individuals to convey their thoughts, emotions, and experiences in a unique and personal way. It provides a visual language that doesn't rely on words. Through colors, shapes, lines, and textures, nonverbal individuals can communicate their feelings and ideas. Creating art can serve as a safe and cathartic emotional outlet. When faced with intense emotions such as anger, sadness, or joy, individuals can channel those feelings into their artwork. This process not only helps them process their emotions, but also offers a tangible representation of their inner world. This is particularly useful, as we will see further on, when trying to engage people who are unable to express themselves through verbal communication, such as nonverbal autistic people. Personal storytelling. Art allows individuals to tell their personal stories. Whether it's through painting, drawing, sculpture, or other artistic forms, people can narrate their life experiences, challenges, and triumphs. This storytelling aspect of art helps them connect with others who may have similar experiences. Art can enable people with communication barriers not only to tell facts, but also to share with others emotions that they connect to certain life events. Drawing or sculpting sharp geometric figures, for example, can symbolize strong feelings of uneasiness towards the event represented. On the other hand, a scene painted with warm pastel colors may show that the drawer felt calm and at peace during that moment. Symbolism and metaphor. Art permits the use of symbolism and metaphor to convey complex ideas or concepts. Artists can use symbols, allegories, and abstract imagery to represent their thoughts and beliefs, creating layers of meaning that viewers can interpret personally. Think about your daily life. How many times, to express how happy, angry, sad, or enthusiastic you feel, you compare yourself to something else? For example, how many of you have said at least once, "I feel free as a bird," or "I am fuming"? I bet none of you grew wings or started actually steaming from their ears. Well, that same concept applied to art. From what a child draws, we are able to understand a lot about their feelings. For example, children who come from experiences of domestic abuse often draw fights among dragons. That's because this is what they perceive happening in their homes. Self-exploration. Engaging in the creative process of making art encourages self-exploration. It invites individuals to delve into their subconscious and uncover aspects of themselves they may not have been fully aware of. This self-discovery can be both enlightening and therapeutic. When we create, we enter our own world. It is probably the only time when we can actually listen to ourselves fully, and it doesn't even require efforts. Sometimes we start doodling while drifting off. I'm pretty sure most of you have done it at school. Well, if you let your mind flow and your hands create something following that flow, in the end, you'll have, in front of your eyes, the physical representation of your thoughts. Freedom of expression. Art offers a sense of freedom and autonomy in self-expression. There are no strict rules, right or wrong answers, or judgments in the creative process. This freedom allows individuals to express themselves authentically, without fear of criticism. Mindfulness and presence. Creating art requires focus and concentration, promoting mindfulness and presence in the moment. This meditative quality of art making can help individuals tune into their emotions and thoughts more clearly, aiding in self-expression. Art therapy. Art therapy is a structured approach that utilizes art to facilitate self-expression and healing. Trained therapists guide individuals in using art to explore and address psychological, emotional, and behavioral issues. Reflection and growth. Looking at one's own artwork provides an opportunity for reflection and personal growth. It allows individuals to revisit their past creations, observe patterns, and assess how they've evolved over time, both artistically and personally. Communication beyond words. Art transcends linguistic and cultural barriers, making it a universal form of self-expression. Regardless of language fluency or cultural background, anyone can understand and connect with art on an emotional level. In summary, art is a versatile and deeply personal means of self-expression that enables individuals to communicate their inner thoughts and emotions, share their stories, and explore their identities. Whether as a therapeutic tool or a creative outlet, art empowers individuals to express themselves authentically and connect with others on a profound level. Art, however, doesn't need to be used to dig in one's inner self. It can also be used as a tool to stimulate memory and learning. We all have different learning processes. Some of us can read a book and remember every word. Others instead, like the writer of this script, manage to remember names and numbers only if they associate them with colors and tastes. Well, art can be used, from teachers and educators, to stimulate memory and enhance the learning experience in various ways. By incorporating art into the learning process, educators and students can tap into the visual and creative aspects of memory and cognition, making information more engaging, memorable, and enjoyable to learn. This holistic approach leverages the power of art to enhance educational outcomes across a wide range of subjects. There are many examples of how art can be used. Let's take a look at some of them. Mind maps and diagrams. Creating mind maps or diagrams visually represents complex information, making it easier to understand and remember. For instance, a student studying biology can draw a mind map illustrating the process of photosynthesis. Infographics. Designing infographics to summarize key points can help learners retain information. Imagine an infographic detailing historical events, timelines, and their significance in a history class. Illustrated stories. Encouraging students to create illustrated stories or comic strips related to a topic helps them remember facts in a narrative form. This is particularly effective in literature and history classes. Mathematical visuals. Using art to visualize mathematical concepts, such as geometric shapes, can aid in understanding and memorization. Think of a student creating colorful illustrations of different polygons to remember their properties. Art-based games. Incorporating artistic elements into educational games can engage students while reinforcing learning. For example, a science quiz might include drawings of various animal species for identification. Art-based puzzles. Creating puzzles like crosswords or word searches with art-related clues can improve vocabulary retention and knowledge recall. These can be used for language classes or to reinforce terminology in other subjects. Acronyms. Forming acronyms from initial letters of key terms can help students remember lists. In a chemistry class, PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, can be turned into a colorful and memorable art piece. Memory palaces. This technique involves mentally placing information within an imagined space. Incorporating vivid and imaginative artwork as landmarks within this mental space can make the technique more effective. Sketch notes. Instead of traditional text-based notes, students can create sketch notes by combining text with drawings, icons, and diagrams. This method helps in summarizing lectures and retaining information. Color coding. Using different colors and visual cues in notes can help learners categorize and remember information. For example, using blue for historical dates and red for important figures. Visual associations. Associating visual elements with specific facts or concepts can serve as memory triggers. For instance, if a geography student draws a small flag of each country next to its name, it can help in remembering flags and locations. Personalized visuals. Encouraging students to create their own visual representations of content can make it more memorable. This can be as simple as drawing a personal symbol or icon for each new vocabulary word in a language class. Art critiques. In subjects like art history, analyzing and critiquing artworks can improve observation skills and foster deeper understanding. Students can recall details of famous paintings and their historical context more effectively. Interdisciplinary projects. Collaborative projects that integrate art with other subjects, such as science and literature, can encourage students to apply their knowledge in creative ways, reinforcing learning. Art is also a way to bring people together, fostering a sense of belonging and stimulating collaboration. Art-based group activities can be used by teachers and educators to bridge cultural gaps in a diverse group of people. Enabling participants to overcome the obstacles posed by verbal communication, art-based group activities can be used to foster collaboration. Imagine, for example, having to work with a group of 15 young people from 5 different cultural backgrounds who meet each other for the first time. One thing is for sure, the room will be very quiet unless you find a way to break the ice. Now instead, think of a movie. In my mind, there is a scene from Daredevil, the one behind my shoulders. If you're not a Marvel fan, you should really think about it. Well, I am sure that you can find tons of examples of movies in which a conversation starts in an art gallery. Why do you think that is? Because art connects people, offers food for thoughts, and makes interactions easier. Because art has no boundaries. The same piece of art can make different people feel different things. Art makes people laugh, cry, giggle, shout. Now think back about the group I mentioned just before, that formed of 15 young people from 5 different countries. If, when you put them in a room, you'll tell them to act like characters of a story, the situation will change completely. They will feel free to be and do whatever they want. They will not need to speak, and those who don't speak the language will not feel ashamed. They will not need to say their names, so those with a more complex name will not shy away from introducing themselves. Probably someone will do something goofy that will make all the other ones laugh. Well, what's better than a shared laugh to create cohesion among people? What is better than a goofy situation to make someone say, "Aw, once something similar happened to me"? Laughs and goofy things are the best way to spark a conversation. Overall, we can say that yes, art allows for introspection, self-analysis, reflective practice, and all these big words and concepts. But the truth is that most importantly, art is a fun way for people to share a bit about themselves, to learn while laughing, to find new channels to read reality. It's like putting on new glasses to focus better on the world. But why are we talking about all this, and why are we talking about all this now? It's simple. We want to understand how we can improve the way we support learning processes, and art is the tool that we are going to use to improve. After all that we've said, I think that 3 key concepts need to be kept in mind as we go through the modules of this course. 1. Art enables people to take ownership of their learning processes, as it allows them to use different techniques to remember, process, solve problems, and think critically. 2. Art enables everyone to communicate, independently of whether they have a disability, a linguistic obstacle, or they are simply missing the words, because a lot can be read into the art that one creates. 3. Art makes things fun and enables peer-to-peer cooperation, which is essential to ensure that your job, as an educator, is easier, because your young people will help one another, and they will make sure that those that are more at risk of dropping out feel included. In the next module, we are going to look a bit closer at learning obstacles. You'll not become experts, obviously, and this is only going to be an overview for you to have a general understanding of the meaning of learning disabilities and difficulties. I hope you'll enjoy what you'll find it interesting. See you in the next chapter.